Hey everyone, if you're watching this live, sorry I'm running a couple minutes late. I was trying to get my cat to come inside because it's really cold out where I live right now, and he was reluctant. He didn't want to come. So just bear with me a few minutes more while I get set up. And of course, if you're watching the recording of this, welcome to my channel. I guess if you're watching this in like June or something, it might look weird that I'm wearing my festive jumper today, but it is December 27th, and I wanted to, you know what, I wasn't quite ready to let the holidays go yet. So here I am. I'm just getting my microphone plugged in. Hopefully this isn't causing too much horrible feedback. Okay. Test. Okay. Hopefully that's good and appropriately volumized. So today's video, I come to them 100%. I do my whole ideation process and all of my sort of writing. But, you know, today is the 27th. I assume you all have, or if you're watching the replay, I want to respect your time and just, you know, make sure that we're staying on track today. So I came prepared with an idea, and I did have to do a little bit of prep for this because the topic of today's video is an SEO focused keyword, and I'm trying to build up my own website here. I'll show you. Share my screen. Bear with me 1 second. I've been on holiday mode too long, and now everything's just like out of control. Okay, so here's my screen. This is my website on Squarespace, and I'm trying to increase the traffic to it. So one of the ways to do that is to actually leverage Medium as a way to sort of, you write your post on your blog, you cross-post it on Medium, and you canonize it so that Google knows that the original blog post is actually your website, but you sort of get to piggyback onto the domain authority, which my blog does not have. So I wanted to write a blog post, oops, not two blog posts, just the one, that was based on a little bit of keyword research I'd done. If you've been with me for a while, my journey, I started off writing on Medium, but as I've begun doing more freelance writing content, I wanted to start doing other types of writing as well on my website. So to that effect, I thought I would do something a little bit out of my niche, more along the lines of what we're doing today, actually, which is video creation. And I did, hang on, I'll show you what I did. I went on Google AdWords, Google Keyword Planner, I think it's called, and I did a little bit of keyword research, and I found that YouTube monetization was a very low competition, high volume search. So I thought I would write alternatives to that's really big. Some alternatives to YouTube monetization. So this post is going to be, the main goal is for me to enjoy writing it. And if you have any questions about anything I'm writing about, then feel free to pop in the chat and ask. But it's also to see if I can start practicing ranking for keywords. In this case, I'm trying to rank for YouTube monetization. I have a little bit of knowledge around SEO, but you know, I'm learning as I go. And the best way to do it is just, you know, to try and experiment and see different things. Okay, so we've got our title. And the way I do these, and I already came up with a couple ideas. The way I normally do these, in case you're new to these videos, I normally I'll come up with a structure and then I sort of fill in as I go. So introduction, why me? This is the question I'm going to answer in my introduction. Why does this matter? What's the motivation to keep reading? Then paragraph 1, let's move this to the bottom so I don't get confused. And then conclusion will be something like, you want to make money with videos. the crux of the matter. I'm going to give the game away a little bit here. So I'm going to tell you what the crux of the matter is before I've actually written the whole article. This is something that I actually put a little bit of thought into because this is something I've struggled with. I'm new to YouTube. New, I guess it's been about a year and a half, really 6 months since I started taking it. So this has been a particular pain point of mine is like, I create content and it gets, thousands of views. And I love the relationship I have with people who watch my videos. But the real person who's benefiting isn't me, it's YouTube and the advertisers. The creators on YouTube only get a very small proportion of the money, of the value that they create for their viewers. So that's kind of what I want to address in the introduction is like, this is for people who know that the content they produce is valuable and want to start thinking about alternatives. And you might get a sneak peek into what's coming up for me for 2021. Okay, so again, my typical structure for these is I will write a section or I'll write until I can't focus anymore. And then I'll pop over to the chat and see if there are any questions, get a little dialogue going. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start writing. She says, drawing a complete blank. All right. So I love YouTube. That's where I'm going to start. Oops, what's going on there? Paragraph 1, that's what I want. Oh, in case you're joining late, I just saw a question from Mariana Vargas while I looked up because I was having trouble thinking of what to write next. This is because I'm focusing on SEO. What I'm going to do is write on my website and then import it onto Medium once it's published. I'm hoping that this is going to be able to give my own website a bit of an SEO boost. Hope that answers your question, Mariana. Good Lord. Okay, sorry. Before it cuts me off again, I should warn you, I've been having issues with the internet. But if you are kind enough to bear with me throughout that, you will have my eternal gratitude. I can't promise you anything more than that. Okay, where was I? So to recap, right, yeah, so started about 1.5 years ago, and no, actually I left that. That's back when I thought. I always put, I'm a very one paragraph, and I'll be like, I know where my next paragraph is going to go, and I don't want to lose that thought, so I'll put a TK to remind myself to come back there, to come in journalistic speak, and then I go back to my next paragraph before I lose that thread. Okay, can you hear me? Test, test, test. Okay, I think you can hear me. Sorry. I found the culprit. I shouldn't blame him. My dad really likes to watch live football, soccer, and I made him stop streaming. I feel so bad. It's going to be nice. I have to say, it'll be nice when I live in my own house and have my own internet. Sorry, Dad, if you're watching this. You might hear some yipping because my mom is working with my dog downstairs. Another benefit of living at home with my parents. All right, back to writing. Thank you if you are with me so far. Hopefully there will be no more interruptions. Okay, where was I? We can estimate the video is worth $50. Let's actually hop on over into my YouTube analytics. This is going to be a little meta because I'm on YouTube, but I'm also on YouTube. YouTube Studio. Let's see. See one videos made. Okay, this one's got 1,000 views. It's a pretty good deal, and it's earned $16. Gosh, that's so sad. All right, let's look at the stats on this one. How do I just want to look at this one. This is what I wanted. And then can I just upload like that? One tip I have learned for SEO is that you should always put the file name as whatever your keyword is. Isn't that fun? Gosh, $16 for 1,000 views. And it took me so, this is the sad thing. It took me so long to make that video. And I've earned minimum wage for like 2 hours. Oh man. You have to laugh. You just have to laugh. Now, I don't want to make the introduction too long because I want to hook people right in. So I might I might move this to the conclusion. We'll decide that later. Okay. I just want to get this to go away. Maybe I should be doing this on the Medium editor. Okay, that worked. Benefits to creating on YouTube. It's easy. Don't need to be a savvy marketer. Value between your video. Hang on. The relationship between the actual value of your video to viewers and how much And one thing I want to make clear is like before, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been so happy with, I am very happy with what I make on YouTube. But when I realized that there are things like paid Substacks or like some of the alternatives I'm about to go into, where the relationship between you and the viewer is 100% in your control, I've realized that the way YouTube does it, like an advertising monetization scheme, just it leaves something to be desired because you're not the one really benefiting. The advertisers are. And I mean, that's great. And I love that YouTube exists because it lets me do this. And it was so easy to start. But I think it's worth thinking about alternatives. I don't video examples yet. Paid newsletters, and it's like we'll just do one, like paid newsletters. Okay. So that's section 1 done. I'm going to go ahead and take a break and answer some questions in case there are any. I'll just answer Mariana's question again in case anybody has jumped on the stream. Normally I write these on Medium, but today, because I'm focusing on SEO, my keyword is YouTube monetization. I wanted to try posting it on my own site, publishing it there, and then importing it onto Medium using their canonical link feature that hopefully will let me piggyback off of Medium's high domain authority, which means that it tends to rank more highly in Google's search engine optimization because they know they can trust Medium versus mine, which is like a brand new site and doesn't have that much content on it yet. But the idea is that this will then funnel traffic and search results and perhaps even a higher domain authority back to my own page, sulywrites.com. So that hopefully clarifies anyone still wondering. How, and to follow up this, how will I measure my SEO performance afterwards? So this is a little embarrassing because I know so little about SEO here. I don't really know how to use Google Analytics. Hopefully I will learn how to use Google Analytics. But right now my method is just to Google my keyword and see if my article pops up. Like this is my favorite example because I'm so proud of it. Like this is normally I would say so, I don't know what's happening. It's been really bad these past few weeks. It's especially bad right now. It's disconnected me a couple of times. If this keeps happening, I might have to cancel this and move on and stop subjecting you all to my terrible internet. I don't think my dad is watching soccer again right now. I hope. Where was I? This is so annoying. You want, especially in your pandemic, you just want to rely on one thing, and you just want that one thing to be internet. We pay for really fast internet, allegedly. Where was I going? Okay, right, yeah, so answering questions. Yes, so I plan to measure my SEO performance manually by Googling it until I see it pop up. However, long term, I am going to learn how to use Google Analytics because I need to measure stuff like this, which sounds good. And then just a couple people saying hi. So hello back to you. Good afternoon or good morning or good evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a great day. Let's crack on before the internet dips out again. Okay. Post your videos to Patreon. Now, this is more of an article writing tip versus an SEO tip. I don't love to make, when I'm making a listicle, I try not to make the first one like the obvious one. I try to make it a little weird or a little unexpected. My thought is like, if the reader's gotten down this far and they see a listicle that's like, oh, I know this, I'm going to know all of these, then they'll just bounce. I don't want to do that. I think it's worth including this one, but I think if somebody comes to this article, they're already going to be expecting that. And I want them to come across something that's like, oh, whoa, that's interesting. I haven't heard of that. Okay. So we're going to do this one instead. We're going to come up with a better. Is that too big? Make it 3. One thing I do like about writing on my own website is there's a lot more variation in what I can do with like the headings. Okay. One thing I do know for SEO is it's good to link to something in your own website, but also like a couple external sources too. Dang, can't believe this. So much money. It's not winning even, it's earning. My husband is really into playing Age of Empires, and he came across Age of Empires 2. Where's T90? And he loves this one commentator called T90. It's not YouTube though. I want to know what it is for Twitch. And when I heard about this, I was like, what in the heck? How is it possible not to make money like streaming yourself playing video games? Which I kind of can make an analogy with sports. I don't understand why people watch sports either, but I'm like, okay, I can see why that's interesting. But watching someone commentate on someone else's game, maybe this one. T90. Twitch. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm getting into the fan fiction to do this. 1590 has a website. It's a YouTube. Does not have a website. It's memberships, but also like gifts, I think, and other. Maybe I should move over to Twitch for my live blogs. I think my cat wants to come in. I'm going to offer her. Oh, she did. She wants to hang out with me. Sorry. Okay, where were we? Low entry barrier, wide variety of audience tastes, and because it's expected that portion of your income will come directly. Oh, ma'am. Can you, not right now, not right here, somewhere else. Gosh. Just, can you, I'm just gonna have to launch her. Okay, sorry. She's back for more. Back off, ma'am. Y'all let me know if you've got any questions. I'm in the zone now, but I will nip up and see if anybody's interested later. For my husband a couple years ago, we got really into, I think it's this guy, this role-playing game called Blades in the Dark. I don't know if any of you all do RPGs. They're a lot of fun. And I subscribe to this one. He does really cool. So the way this works is you select which one you want, and then he releases something, and then you pay when it's released. Like every time that he publishes a map, you get that map, but you also pay $5. So I think he does them roughly once a month. But it was really good. So I think this works. I'm just talking out loud to kind of give myself thoughts. I think this works really well because the value is evident. The value is evident, and it makes it Something else I've learned is that Google really likes really long pieces. So I wonder, is there a way to get like a word count on this bad boy? No, maybe not. I'll have to, when I import it onto Medium, I'll do a word count check. All right. I chose this one partially because I've already written about it. I just want to know if there's like a widget to improve or to see what my word count is. I don't know how to check. Maybe if I go to my drafts, let's try. No, in settings. No. Okay, never mind. We'll just jump right back in. That's a good idea. I can just copy paste this whole thing. It's not letting me copy paste. It only lets me copy paste per chunk. This is why I always use Medium's editor, because I know how it works. Oh well, we'll just, it's gonna be okay. Oh, there, did it work? No. No, never mind. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So answer your with. All right, I'm running a little bit out of steam, so I'm going to stop and answer some questions. Mark says, hi, Zuli. I want to write on new topics other than programming, but don't want my followers to be bothered with strange topics. Can I only do that by creating a new profile and new Stripe account? Couple of options here for you, Mark. First of all, in the past, Medium's algorithm has been pretty good at showing the content that you write to the people who want to read it, whether they're your followers or not. So for example, I used to write a lot about cats. The people who read my cat stuff sometimes wouldn't read my psychology stuff because Medium knew that they were mostly into cats. So it would only show them the cat stuff that I wrote. However, if you're really worried about this, you can create a second profile. You don't have to set up a whole new Stripe account. I've got 3 accounts on Medium for various reasons, and each of them is linked to the same Stripe account. So no worries at all. One Stripe account is fine. It's super easy to connect them all to the same place. But I would actually try writing one article about your new topic that isn't programming and see what happens. You might find that you access a new audience with that same your same account. You might find that your existing audience actually kind of likes it when you write about stuff other than programming. If you don't get good results, you can always just delete it and account instead. So that's what I would recommend. And I can't get rid of this comment. Oh, here we go. Okay. If I do a post on my blog and want to post the same on Medium, will Medium see that as plagiarism if my Medium account has a pen name? No. So as long as you canonize appropriately, Medium will not see that as plagiarism, and Google also won't penalize you for SEO. The way you do that is you just go to medium.com and you do stories and then click import a story. And then you can just copy paste the URL, which is exactly what I'm planning on doing as soon as I'm done with this post. That won't be plagiarized. You do have to own the content, as they say here. Please only import content that you own. But as long as you've done that, that's okay. The question I would say is, if your blog has one name and you're importing it onto Medium that has a different name, why? That would be my question for you. Was my writing speed this fast from the start, or has it improved over time? It's probably improved over time. I've written literally millions of words over the past couple of years. I have a very bad typing style. I type with like these 2 fingers, these 3 fingers, and these 2 fingers, which makes me fast but uncomfortable. But yeah, I've probably improved a lot over time. All right, onwards and upwards. Put too many TKs in. My train of thought was very scraggled. Okay, here we go. Sometimes you can't really convey the depth. All right, we're coming up to the end here. I'm feeling good about this. I jinxed it. I literally said I was feeling good about it. Right, so, there we go. I'm trying to think of the example. I came across a really good example of this, and I can't remember who it is. I'll just do an example of my own. This is actually great because then if I actually do like sell a seminar later on, I can link it back to this post. I feel like I'm getting the hang of this whole SEO thing. You may have noticed I have been writing YouTube monetization. I've heard that the ideal sort of keyword density is between 1% and 2%. So what I'm going to do after this is, first of all, copy paste it into somewhere where I know what the word count is. And then I'll see how often YouTube monetization, my keyword, pops up in my post. Okay. So So I always, always, always read my articles out loud when I've come to the end. So this helps me for a couple of reasons. It helps me find typos. It helps me make sure that my flow is good. It gives me an idea of how it's going to be received. And if I've missed anything, like with all my jumping around, it's often I miss stuff. Like I'll be like, oh, I didn't fully develop that idea. By reading my story out loud, I can catch those. Before I do that, I will answer. I've seen a couple of questions come in. Mark says, what do you think of the strategy that some writers use of following new members in the hope you get paid when people read your stuff? You don't get paid based on followers. Now, if you say you follow 10,000 people and 1,000 of those follow you back and you write something and 100 of them read what you wrote, 100 of those followers that you gained, it's just not. By following 10,000 people, your time could have been better spent just writing good stuff. Medium's distribution algorithm is good. It shows the best of your writing to the people who want to read it. And those people will follow you or they won't. But I have found that follower count it's just not a good way to spend your time on Medium. Your time is way better spent either like answering comments to build a relationship with your existing viewers or followers, making sure that you understand how your post is giving value to the reader, studying trends on Medium to see what's going to perform better. The follow back strategy, it's just not a winner. And I will confess, I did it the first month I was on Medium. I followed loads of people and I unfollowed everyone, and it didn't work. For a new writer, do I recommend spending time on Twitter to gain followers? I don't. I've not seen a lot of writers I know get followers from Twitter. I think it's a good way to interact with your existing followers. Typically, the thing I see is people will follow me on Medium and then they'll come to follow me on Twitter because they want to see more of what I have to say rather than the other way around. But that's just me. I'm not a very good Twitterer. So if you were better at tweeting, maybe you could find that you'd post stuff on Twitter and then people would come to you on Medium to find more of what you had to say. So depends how good you are at tweeting. 5 alternatives to YouTube monetization for video creators. These don't require 1,000 subscribers or advertiser money. I love creating videos on YouTube, but recently I've begun to search for alternatives. Why? Because YouTube monetization is hard to achieve. And even once you've achieved it, there's no guarantee that YouTube monetization will actually earn you much money at all. This is clunky because I've tried to shove YouTube monetization into it twice. But I'm keeping it in the hopes that it helps my SEO. There are benefits to creating videos on YouTube. For one, it's easy. You can upload and go. I've made just under 100 videos, earned around $2,000, and gained 8,000 subscribers in the year and a half since I began uploading. Plus, you don't need to be a savvy marketer or salesperson because YouTube monetization relies on advertisers rather than you distributing and selling your own content. However, this means that YouTube owns the relationship between you and your viewers, which means the relationship between the actual, we're gonna shorten that. However, this means the relationship between the actual value, can I italicize that because I think that's important, of your video to viewers and how much money you get from it are totally independent. Instead of your viewers deciding how much your content is worth to them, advertisers decide how much your views are worth. I am going to move this to the conclusion. Where was I? Okay, screenshot of my YouTube monetization. Yeah, this one hurt because this is actually one of my better performing videos to date, and it just didn't earn a lot of money. And like, again, I cannot express how much I am grateful for YouTube and how much I love what it's done for me. But I do feel like there really has to be a better relationship between value provided and value earned. This means that alternatives to YouTube monetization are growing more and more interesting to video creators, especially as we begin seeing stronger creator-consumer relationships that don't rely on middlemen or advertisers like paid newsletters. Let's get into 5 alternatives to YouTube monetization that don't rely on hours of viewed content, subscribers, or what advertisers think your viewers are worth. Number 1, monetize your commentating on Twitch. I think this is a little off topic. I thought it was really cool, but it shouldn't be my number 1. But I don't want Patreon to be my number 1. But I do want Maker Streamer to be directly after Patreon. Okay, we're gonna do this. Number 1, tap into the micro consulting market with Wizio. One thing YouTube is good at is letting you create a relationship with your viewers. I, at least, really enjoy answering my YouTube comments and having another way to give back to the people who consume my content. Wizio takes it one step further and lets your viewers actually reward you for answering their questions. This is a great alternative to YouTube monetization for anyone who teaches anything in their videos or who has especially nosy isn't quite the right word, invested fans. The benefit of this platform is that it lets you continue building on your relationship with your viewers on a more one-to-one basis. The way it works is you set up different types of questions to be answered. For example, $20 for a 2-minute personalized video answering a personal question, $120 for a 10-minute video review of a submitted blog post draft, and then you promote your account to your existing audience. There's a real personalized note when it comes to answering a question directly. Sometimes you can't really convey the depth or breadth of your thoughts and expertise on a subject in a written comment, so this method lets you sate your viewers' appetite for more of you and your knowledge. It also taps into the market for consulting. People pay a lot of money for an hour of an expert's time. By shrinking the scale down to a micro consultancy scale, you can increase the potential audience for your services. The benefits of this alternative to YouTube monetization is that you get to piggyback on your existing audience and allow them greater access to you. This strengthens your relationship while putting the financial control back in the hands of you and your viewers. Number 1, oh, hang on, lol. Set up your Patreon to earn money per video posted. What in the heck? Okay, where was I? Set up your Patreon to earn money per video posted. Patreon is part of what's driving the slow, inevitable realization that creators should get paid in proportion to the value they create for viewers, in my opinion. And you know what? No, that's not my opinion, that's fact. Patreon has 2 monetization plans creators can choose from: a monthly membership with tiered options and pay-per-content, where creators get paid when they post a new piece of content like a video. This second mechanism is a great alternative to YouTube monetization because it puts the control in your hands without any advertisers at all. I first did this when I subscribed to Ryan Dunleavy for his maps of Blades in the Dark, an RPG my husband and I played with a group of friends. I needed maps for a game. He was providing them at $5 a pop, plus access to any previous maps he had created. For me, it was a bargain. For him, he got value for the content he created. This method works really well for creators because the value is evident and it makes it easy for consumers to decide whether it's worth it or not to them. Plus, the longer the creator keeps going, the more value there is for the consumer of that content who gets access to the backlog. If you wanted an alternative to YouTube monetization, you could set up a Patreon where you release once monthly videos at $10 per video. With just 10 subscribers, you'd earn $100 per month for a single video from viewers who really value your work. If 10 people watched my video on YouTube, I'd perhaps earn a penny, no matter how many hours of work I put into it. The advantages of Patreon are this: the platform is easy to use, there are no advertisers involved at all, and consumers get to decide how much they value your content. Compare that to YouTube's monetization method, where you need thousands of views to earn much money at all. Number 3, sell your videos at a premium with MakerStreamer. The downside to Patreon is that the expectation of price tag is already set low. Patrons expect to pay between $3 to $20 on Patreon, whether on a monthly subscription or on a per content basis. If you're a video creator who spends hours of meticulous work and who wants to earn more than $100 per month with your videos, you need a huge volume of subscribers. That's what makes MakerStreamer such an enticing alternative both to YouTube monetization and places like Patreon. The average transaction there is estimated to be $47 rather than Patreon's average of $6. Consumers come ready to pay more money for premium content. Take a look at 5 Pencil Method as an example. Daryl earned over $11,000 per month by selling videos on MakerStreamer, priced slightly higher than Patreon's typical content. Again, there are 2 options for monetization. Viewers can choose to purchase one-off videos, or they can subscribe for membership of ongoing videos. This dual-natured monetization plan means that, again, the choice is in the viewer's hands to see how much they value their work. Again, unlike YouTube monetization, there are no advertisers who place a view on your viewers' worth to them. The focus is on your relationship with your viewers. Number 4, sell seminars on your own website. One of the strengths when it comes to YouTube monetization is the royalty scheme. You can create a video in January 2021, and in December 2021, it's still earning money without any additional needed effort expenditure on your part. You can have that literal passive income without needing to rely on advertisers by selling webinars on your own site. For example, I could create a seminar on some of my best earning blog post templates. I might price it at $40. The only difficulties would be finding a way to host this content, deliver it, and manage the money income. The good news is that many websites, like my own Squarespace website, already do this on a few of their paid plans. This does require some work. For example, you have to market your videos, refresh them if they get out of date, drive traffic to your site to increase your potential buyer audience. But unlike micro consulting, you don't need to continue creating content to get paid. You create a good video once and it sells for years to come. This is a great alternative to YouTube monetization because it allows you to play to your strengths, receive passive income, and get paid for the value you create by the people you're creating the actual value for, rather than advertisers. The more I read this, the stronger I'm feeling about it. Number 5, monetize your commentating on Twitch. Lately, a lot of gamers have been in the news for their high-playing video games. Like sports, monetize your talents on Twitch. I think that makes it a little less specific. Lately, a lot of gamers have been in the news for their high-paying video games. Like sports, talented players will stream their games, earning millions per year just by playing video games for their fans to watch. What I didn't know is that it's also possible to stream other things and earn money, like your commentary on other people's games. For example, T90 is a caster who makes his living by commentating on other people's Age of Empire games. He played for a few years and streamed those games, but really found his calling and his fan base when he began to commentate on the games of others. While he doesn't make millions, he is estimated to have a net worth in the hundreds of thousands, not by being monetized on YouTube or having many advertisers or even sponsors. The bulk of his income comes from him streaming his commentary on Twitch and hundreds of thousands of devoted viewers rewarding him for his content. Twitch is definitely an up-and-coming alternative to YouTube monetization because there aren't any restrictions to begin monetizing, and there's a much better established viewer-to-creator financial relationship. Twitch viewers can purchase membership, gifts, and other marks of their devotion to their favorite streamer. And there's a much broader scope for what it's possible to stream. On YouTube, most streamers are gamers. On Twitch, you can watch streams of anything from gaming to cooking to commentating to blogging. Overall, it's a great alternative to YouTube monetization because of the low entry barrier, wide variety of audience tastes, and because it's expected that a proportion of your income will come directly from the people you're creating for. If you want to make money with videos, YouTube's monetization is a great place to start. YouTube monetization. It's easy to upload, it's easy to earn and get paid, but it's also easy to rest on your laurels and consider yourself lucky for your $100 to $200 monthly dollars when your videos are actually worth a lot more. The crux of the matter is that the value you create is totally divorced from the income your videos generate. Advertisers pay YouTube for your viewers, not your content. YouTube then pays you. With the YouTube monetization alternatives listed above, your viewers pay you directly because you make videos they derive value from. Let's run a quick thought experiment. Say I create and upload a video that is viewed by 1,000 people. These individuals each would value the video at 50 cents. We can estimate the video is worth $500. However, the creator won't receive that $500. Instead, advertisers bid for space to advertise on your video based on how much the advertisers think the viewers are worth. That money goes directly to YouTube, who gets a cut for hosting and distributing the video. You receive a smaller portion. For a video that receives 1,000 views, you might get $16, like in my YouTube monetization example above. Is it worth only 16? I'd like to think not. Whether you choose to put your videos on your own website, someone else's platform, on demand or passively, the real power comes when you stop relying on YouTube monetization, which only comes from advertisers. Instead, tap into the relationship between yourself and your viewers and let them reward you directly for the value you're creating as a video creator. I think that's pretty strong, actually. I think that's a solid one. So now I go to Pexels and I pick out a nice picture. I have it. Oh, my tea's empty. I don't have a sip of tea because my tea's empty. Video creator. Pexels is my favorite free photo site because it's very easy to find the videos that I want. Not the videos, gosh, I can't think. The photos that I want. It's super easy to use. You can just like set by horizontal or vertical. I always choose horizontal. What if we do photographer? And I always, this is a little secret, I always look for ones that have fewer than 1 million views. Because the ones that have over 1 million views, they're probably already on Medium or the internet, probably a lot of places. And I like to look for original stuff. That's okay, but it's not exactly creator. Video. Maybe like influencer. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Like I want a picture of someone who's very obviously something like this, but you'll see this has over 1 million views, so I don't want to use this. Something like that, but more focused. And what's with all these sports ones? It's just boxing. I don't get it. Woman video. That's not a terrible option, but I bet it's got millions of views already. I don't hate this. This is actually quite cool. It's eye-catching, it's colorful, and to me, it seems obvious that it's about what I want it to be about. Like, okay, so image. If y'all have any questions, by the way, just let me know. Can I upload it to here? YouTube monetization woman camera. Okay. So we've got a blog post. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm just going to publish this right now. Then go back to my website. Oops, to the blog. And then pop this into Medium. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with sort of like importing. So I'll see my story. You do have to do a minor bit of editing, like and this is really weird. Why is this image popping up so many times? Did it import twice? All right, this is the downside to importing, is that why did this happen? All right, you know what? I'm just gonna have to do this piecemeal. Let's see if we can do it like that. All right. That's a little better. We do have to pop this bad boy in. It didn't import properly. Just doing some cleanup. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so the neat thing is that on Medium, you can actually check your word count super quickly. So this tells me that it's 1,900 words. Okay, so now we're going to do YouTube monetization is 21. So 21 divided by 1,900 is times 100. 1.1. That's not bad. I'm going to leave that. I think that's good, and I don't want to like continue jamming it in. I'm just going to have a quick look and make sure it's like more or less evenly distributed. So far, it's showing up about twice per chunk. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now we add this to publication because I think post-grad survival guide, if they'll accept it, would be a good fit for this. Creativity, freelancing, personal. I never overthink the tags. Don't overthink the tags. The implications are very minor when it comes to your post. Creativity, freelancing, personal finance, video, digital marketing. Done. And here is the lesser known sort of tips and tricks when it comes to settings. Go to more settings for SEO settings, I mean. Go to SEO settings. I actually think that's fine. Save, and we're done. And we're done. Okay, so that was my post. I will be learning more about, oh, I forgot one crucial thing. One thing I do is I also go to Pingler. Google sometimes takes a little while to kind of trawl through the pages and index your post. So YouTube monetization. Sometimes I give it a little helping hand and I ping it to Google for free, obviously on pingler.com. Entertainment, internet and online. Music and video, ping. I'm not pinging YouTube URLs though. Might have to do a different one. Alternatives to Pingler. We can just try Ping-O-Matic and see if that works. No, apparently not. All right, well, it doesn't matter. I think I can actually do this later with, like, if I Google Zuli rights. Normally, okay, I don't know what's happening. Normally it comes with a little thing that's like, do you want Google to re-index your site? And I say yes, but I can't do that now. Regardless, this has been my journey on SEO. Hopefully you've learned something. I know I have, that I can't trust my internet to do anything right. Thank you for spending time with me on this December 27th. I love doing these and I really enjoy getting to spend time with y'all doing this with you. And yeah, if you've got any questions, feel free to post them. I try to get through them about once a week on Mondays. I go through and answer all my YouTube questions. And if you want to see me do this again, I do them every Sunday. So I'll see you all for the next video. And yeah, any questions, let me know. See you all soon and have a great end of 2021. I can't believe I almost forgot to say it. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Hope you all had wonderful holidays and I'll see you all soon. Bye.